My WWE Royal Rumble 2009 pay-per-view predictions. Pay-per-views live this Sunday on pay-per-view. Definitely gotta say this is one of my favorite WWE pay-per-views of the year, the WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view event. And pretty much this event is pretty much sold on the Royal Rumble match solely. And, you know, the other matches on this card are pretty good, but mostly people buy the event or want to see the event because of the Royal Rumble match. Now, the first match is going to be the ECW title match with newly crowned ECW champion Jack Swagger versus former ECW champion Matt Hardy. And obviously with Jack Swagger just recently winning the ECW title, I do not see Matt Hardy getting the title back. Jack Swagger is most likely going to retain the ECW title here, and hopefully this leads to something where obviously they got something going with Jack Swagger and Tommy Dreamer, where if Tommy Dreamer doesn't win the ECW title by June 6, 2009, that he will retire, which is kind of the one thing that's really idiotic about this, because I would think, you know, if you want to do the whole thing about, okay, this wrestler has to retire by a certain date, wouldn't it be better to save it for June 7th, 2009, because I just was wondering, at first I was like, okay, Tommy Dreamer is going to win the ECW title at the One Night Stand pay-per-view, but that pay-per-view is not until June 7th of 2009 of this year, so it's a day after, so maybe they're just go the route of Tommy Dreamer retire, and maybe, you know, just pushing some younger star like Jack Swagger, because definitely seems like a guy like Jack Swagger, WWE is going to definitely do something with in the future. You know, he hasn't been there that long on TV, and he's already ECW champion, which really doesn't mean too much, but since Matt Hardy's on the ECW brand, and Matt Hardy hasn't really been doing much, I was hoping that they might have found some type of role for him to finally do something with. So hopefully they try to do something with Matt Hardy and try to maybe elevate him to the title picture either on Raw or SmackDown after this, and just get him off of ECW, because I think he's a little better for ECW. I'm not saying he's a, you know, is he a big draw like his brother Jeff? No, but is he over with the fans? Yeah, definitely. He's one of those guys, no matter what, he's always over. So, like I said, Jack Swagger is going to retain the ECW title most likely. Then the next match is going to be the women's title match, which is Beth Phoenix versus Melina. And this is definitely one of those women's matches I'm really looking forward to. These two have good chemistry with each other, and they've had good matches in the past. I think their last match, or last very good match they had on pay-per-view, was the I Quit match, which was more or less a submission match they had with each other. And for a women's submission match in WWE, it was definitely pretty good. And these two, like I said, work pretty good with each other, so expect this to be pretty good. Hopefully they get at least 10 to 12 minutes to go out there and showcase themselves instead of, you know, just a short match. Another thing you got to think of within this, obviously Rosa Mendez is going to play some role in this, obviously. Maybe getting involved in intentionally DQing Beth Phoenix and Beth Phoenix retain the title. Or, like I think they might do, because it seems like they might go the route of Melina winning the women's title and have something on the lines where Rosa Mendez comes out there, you know, inadvertently distracts Beth Phoenix, and then Melina ends up then defeating Beth Phoenix, and Melina becomes the new women's champion. At least that's the way I see it going. Either way it goes, I won't mind, because these are actually two of the women in WWE that I would say are very good performers. You know, the only other one in WWE that's, you know, a great performer since Victoria's now retired is probably Mickie James, and obviously we got Gail Kim making her WWE return either on Raw or SmackDown, which it looks like right now the rumor is her being on SmackDown. So got at least 4 good performers there. Hopefully they'll put Gail Kim on Raw so we can see a Beth Phoenix versus Gail Kim match, or even Melina or Mickie James, which I think all those be excellent women's matches. So I see Melina getting involved here, and maybe this leading off to a Rosa Mendez versus Beth Phoenix type feud, because they've done this thing with women a lot of time, with bringing in the women a lot of times. This is probably at least the 3rd time of note that I know that they've done this, you know, psycho stalker fan type gimmick. They've done this, you know, with TNA's even done this with one time I remember, I can't remember the wrestler off my name, but it was a female competitor. But WWE's done this off the top of my head 3 times. They've done this, you know, now with Rosa Mendez. Before they did it with Mickie James. It was probably the best calculation of it, and definitely the best way they did it with Mickie James and Trish Stratus's feud. And before that, I think they did something with within a match with Sable and Jacqueline. They did something with Tori getting out there, not Tori Wilson, but the ill-forgotten Tori, the other Tori, they had her do the same type of role and have her debut in that way. So this is a type of role they put some female competitors in and have them debut in this like type of stalker role. So we've seen it before, so will not shock me if this leans off to a Rosa Mendez versus Beth Phoenix feud at some point. Like I said, Melina will, at least in my opinion, maybe pick up the women's title. Then the next matchup is going to be the first of the title matches for the WWE title, and this is the Jeff Hardy versus Edge match for the WWE title. And obviously, a lot of people are speculating, is Christian Cage going to be making his return? Because obviously, that's most likely the person that is going to be the person revealed as the attacker, or the one that's been doing all these, attacks to Jeff Hardy, with the attack dating back to the Survivor Series pay-per-view, then, the hit-and-run accident, and the pyro incident they did recently on SmackDown. So that's the way they could do it. They might be able to throw a curveball, and maybe it won't be Christian. Maybe Christian will just return and be a face, and maybe they'll do something shocking like it be Matt Hardy, which I think would be the cool thing to do, because they go a route where Matt Hardy would kind of play the very great heel, where I think he could do in a good way, and turn on Jeff Hardy and say, I've always been looked over in WWE, and you've always done whatever you want to, and they don't look at you and don't punish you, but they punish me. They can kind of do a route within that. I think that could be a great feud. So I see Jeff Hardy retaining, because I think the way they might do it is Christian Cage will most likely be the person revealed as it being the person of the attacker, but I think the best route of doing it is have Christian return in the Rumble match, then have it like a question mark, since obviously with Edge's past with Christian Cage, obviously could he possibly be the guy that attacked Jeff Hardy, and have it, question over weeks leading up to No Way Out, and then possibly do something in a title match with Jeff Hardy at the No Way Out pay-per-view, have maybe Christian Cage come out there and interfere during that match, or maybe have it revealed, 2-3 weeks from now on a SmackDown that it's Christian Cage. I think that would be a better way to do it. Have him return as a face. The crowd will already know who, the crowd will, be built up to, maybe some fans forgot who he is, so that would help out, them, saying, oh my God, now he's turned on Jeff Hardy, and I think that would be the better way to do it. So see Jeff Hardy retaining the WWE title. And then next we got the other world title match, which is the JBL versus John Cena match, and obviously Shawn Michaels is going to play some type of role in this match, and I'm still on the side of saying JBL is definitely going to be winning the world title this Sunday from John Cena. There's two routes they possibly can go here. They can go one route where intentionally Shawn Michaels will come in there and JBL will force him to, hit the super kick on John Cena and do it that route where, for to keep his job, he has to help JBL win the title, or do it in a way where Shawn Michaels comes in there, tries to hit JBL with the super kick, JBL ducks, then he accidentally hits John Cena. Then after that, you see JBL hit the clothesline from hell. Those are two routes they can go. I do see JBL winning the title from John Cena, because they've been devoting so much time with this JBL and Shawn Michaels feud that this is definitely going to be a match at WrestleMania. And not only that, they've been devoting so much time of it already, it seems like it's definitely going to be a main event of WrestleMania. I don't necessarily think the feud is terrible, but it's not a feud that I want to see continue to WrestleMania, and I don't think their match will be WrestleMania worthy. The only thing that'll be WrestleMania worthy out of it will be, in my opinion, the next match, which is the Royal Rumble match, and I see Shawn Michaels winning the Royal Rumble match. They'll do something where he'll either, like I said, if he tries to cost JBL the match, then actually fails and accidentally hits Cena with the super kick, and JBL wins the title, to do something backstage, or Shawn Michaels will want to force his way of getting, a spot in the Rumble, or they'll just have him be a surprise, kind of like John Cena last year. But I don't think they'll go the route of wait until number 30, because I couldn't see them doing that back-to-back each years. But it will be a good way to do it, because by that time, people will be like, who's going to be number 30? You got all these stars out here, and Shawn Michaels will most likely slip a lot of people's minds. So they might possibly do it that route. So I see Shawn Michaels winning the Royal Rumble match and then going on to face JBL at WrestleMania and defeating JBL at the WrestleMania 25 pay-per-view, which is probably going to be the best thing that comes out of this, is Shawn Michaels will finally get another world title reign under his belt, which hasn't happened since Survivor Series 2002, and that was only a month-long reign. So I definitely would like to see him win the world title. Hopefully the match, if they do the JBL and Shawn Michaels match at WrestleMania, it goes the route of being the title match like I think it will. Hopefully the match will deliver. And as far as this pay-per-view, definitely looks like it could be good. Obviously the Rumble match very rarely disappoints. I think in a big title match, maybe JBL and Cena could put on something at least okay. Jeff Hardy and Edge, they always will work good together. I'm pretty sure that would be an excellent match. And the women's match would be good. And I'm not a fan of Jack Swagger, but maybe, him and Matt Hardy could at least put on a, solid match. Like I said, the main point of this pay-per-view is the Royal Rumble match. So if the Royal Rumble match is good, then mainly the pay-per-view is good. That's pretty much the thing that sells this pay-per-view. So just wanted to give my predictions of this pay-per-view for Royal Rumble coming this Sunday. Probably going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be doing my Wrestling Observer 2008 award thoughts of the awards that recently got thrown out by the Wrestling Observer newsletter. So I definitely will be giving my thoughts on that. And I'm not sure, maybe Saturday or Monday at the latest, I'll probably do another Q&A. So if you want to send any new questions in or any more questions in, just send them in through a comment on my channel or through a message or just through a personal message. And yeah, that's it. Peace.